Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own modern house. As you might be able to tell, I have also designed the inside for you, but you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see it. If you're new around here, please do consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make your house. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. So, step 1, ladies and gentlemen, let's place 9 grey concrete extending up from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're then going to extend to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to extend all the way down to the ground, like this. But simultaneously, once we have extended down to the ground, we're going to take the top 2 corners of the build and extend backwards by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're then going to extend them together, join them, and we're going to join them down to the ground as well. So essentially, we want to have the same thing that we have on the front. So, just like this. Perfect. And everything can begin from here. So, on the right side of this, we'll start on the right because it's a bit easier. I want you to come to the bottom front right hand corner of the build. I want you to place a grey concrete behind it. Place a birch plank to the right of it and extend upwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. I want you to extend to the right by 2. 1, 2, and extend backwards by 6. But you don't really have to count out the 6, you just have to make sure that it lines up with the empty space at the back of the build, the same as it is on the front. We can then extend inwards by 2, and we can join down. Equally so, we can join the 2 outward corners down as well. We want to place birchwood stairs inside the top of the shape that we've made. If you like, you can also think of it as placing it underneath the top row of birch. I'm going to destroy the front center block in between the pair of birch planks, and I'm going to stick a door here. I'm using oak because it contrasts, but not too much. On the right side of the build, I'm going to destroy the grass in between the pair of birch planks, and I'm going to then place some glass pane inside. I'm using light blue glass pane because I really like how it looks. I'm going to do the same on the back, destroy the block underneath, replace it with birch, and then place glass pane inside of it. I'm choosing to fill the top of this in using just birch planks. Then, I want to place light blue glass pane around the top of the shape. This will give us a little balcony. I'm then going to fill the inside of this in using grey concrete. So basically, where the glass would connect to and upwards, I want to fill it in using grey concrete, like this. We can then make a little gap, so I'm going to make the gap. I'm going to leave a gap of 1 on the right, destroy this, a door can go here, and then I'm going to leave a little gap on the left, and I'm going to have a small window, something like that. However, we'll wait until we've actually done the interior floor. What we can also do is we can join the front and the back of the build together in the ground using grey concrete, similar to what we've done just to the right side of the build, and then we can fill this area in with glass. I'm going to fill the top of the grey concrete area in with glass as well. I'm using glass block, of course, because I don't want to have the weird gaps that we would have with glass pane, but front, back, top, all filled in with light blue glass. Perfect. We can even add that little window in, by the way, to the right side. We don't have to wait for the window, but we did have to wait for the door. And all that is left now is for us to tackle the left side of the build, which is significantly more complicated, but hopefully I can make it easy for you. On the front left bottom corner of the build, which is this block here, you want to extend backwards by 2 using grey concrete, so 1, 2. You then want to place 2 glass going left, 1, 2, and then stick a smooth quartz block on the end. extend upwards by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then extend to the right by 2, 1, 2. So we just want to have something which should look like that. It's quite a simple shape. You want to extend the quartz block backwards by 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. The entire row, that is, so the entire top to bottom row. You want to extend the top in by 2, 1, 2. You want to place 2 layers of glass extending inwards, stick a grey concrete on the end, and then join it to the equivalent part on the back part of the build. It's actually hard to get a good view of this, but you guys get the idea, hopefully. So, what can we then do? We want to join the glass upwards, so the glass pane we just want to extend from the bottom, extending up towards the top, just like this. And then, once we have done that, we want to focus on the area up above. So, above this, we want to use our birch wood slabs, and we want to place birch slabs extending across the top front of the quartz, the smooth quartz of the build. We then want to extend the birch slabs to the left by 2, 1, 2. So essentially we want to overhang the side of the build by 2 rows. You want to extend towards the back of the build, and you want to have the same effect on the back. So again, birchwood slabs across the front and the back part of the build. Make sure it overhangs by 2 rows, and then we can add a little sliver of birch slabs in there just to fill it in. We're going to, on the corners and the entire left side of this actually, place 4 rows of birch planks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stick yourself birchwood slabs on top. We're going to take the front and the back of this, and we're going to extend inwards. So here and here, just like this. We're then going to add stairs to this. So actually, it might be easier if first of all, we add a layer of light blue glass block on the front and the back of our build. So the glass is basically, it wants to slot in just behind the slabs that we have at the top and the bottom, just like this, right? And we're going to fill the top of this in using glass as well. Wants to be completely filled in with glass, but we want to make this area look fancier, and it's quite easy to do so because at the front, at the top and the bottom of this, place upside down stairs, and at the top, just regular stairs like this. So you get this kind of like cool effect like this. It looks a little bit better than just like big open glass, in my opinion. We want the same on the back as well. And honestly, there's not too much more to do in terms of structure. I mean, now we're going to have to work our way inside now to actually accomplish this. But of course, we want to seal this up. I'm going to add a couple of rows of birch planks just at the top, just so that like the glass has something to grip onto like this. Create a couple of boundaries, a little bit of a barrier. We can extend the grey concrete up underneath it like this. We want to fill in any gaps that don't look quite natural. So here, what can we make the floor out of? Well, you can make the floor out of anything. I mean, you can use quartz, you can use birch. Birch might be the best choice because it's a natural material that goes onto the balcony. So you might want to match it a little bit. We can add a little bit of birch planks here and here as well, so that we're not falling down any gaps. We can add birch planks here. See, I mean, the unfortunate part is that you do have the smooth quartz, but, you know, what can you do? So that looks pretty good. That allows us to place our door. That's not too bad whatsoever. And then all that leaves us to do, if we just come downstairs, what do we have here? So add a couple of rows of grey concrete here, just so that everything kind of like just melds together rather nicely. We have to, underneath this window here, I'm going to use smooth quartz like this. And this, and then that's looking pretty good. I mean, obviously we have to add a floor inside there, and then we have to add all the other things that we want to have, but honestly it's looking pretty good. If you want to add just a little bit of green to it, this is all I'm doing. I'm adding a row of jungle leaves on the left side of the build that kind of overhangs the white concrete, it's not white concrete, the smooth quartz by 1 row, and then I'm adding a layer of poppies just in between the hedging and the inner part of the building, just to add a little bit of colour to it. Feel free to do the same thing on the right, although I'm not going to. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the house. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that in with a survivally themed interior for you, because I think hopefully this is appropriate to build on survival. It shouldn't be too hard to get accomplished, and I'll be back once that's done, just so that you get a nice little look at how you might be able to outfit it. So this is what your house will look like once it has been 100% fully completed. The outside has only had one minor change. Actually, two. I scratched that. It's had two minor changes. Can you spot them? There is a little flower outside that door on the second level, and there is a little path on the ground level. However, if we come inside, we have a nice survival themed interior. We're immediately met with a crafting table, plenty of storage surrounding us, furnaces, little decoration with some pots. Using the new plants, we have a little enchantment / upgrading area. If we come upstairs, we have everything that we might need. We've got a little brewing area. We have a whole crafting ensemble featuring a bed and some storage, and that's your house. Nice and compact, hopefully rather easy to build in survival if you wanted to. That's it. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. It'd really help me out loads and loads. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, clicking that little bell next to the subscription button. And if you want to make anything else by me, check out the card system description below in the top of the comment section for more. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.